Hello lovelies, welcome back to the channel. Chrissy here today with a 12x12 layout. So my past few layouts have been clean, cut, nice, pretty, simple. I decided to go back to my mixed media roots today and have some fun making a bit of a mess, but making a mess on a pretty girly layout. So bit of a change. So what I'm doing is I'm using the glaze. Now I wanted to see if this will work. I wasn't 100% sure how it would go, but I was pretty happy with it. So I'm putting the glaze down through the stencil. I'm hoping it's going to create a resist, and it does, of sorts. So I've used the glaze through the stencil with one of my makeup sponges, and I've gotten some of the grey paint, and I'm just watering it down a little bit. I didn't want to water it down too much, or did I? I'm trying to remember. I did this a while ago, but I've been unwell, so I haven't been able to do the voiceover. So I've watered it down, and I'm applying it over the glaze, which I have dried. I do cut out all my drying time, and as you can see, you can start to see it working as a resist. Now, I wasn't 100% sure how this was going to work, but I was really happy with the turnout. So I'm just using the packaging technique. I've put some of the grey paint down, like I said, and I've watered it down. And I'm just using the packaging technique to apply it over the top of that stenciling. And I don't know how well you can see it, but you can see, once it's dry especially, you can see the pattern of that, that stencil. So it has worked the way I'd hoped it had. It has actually formed a resist, which was really a lot of fun to do. So it's always fun to try new things. At worst, I don't like it. It's just a piece of cardstock I've wasted, so not a big deal. But I was really happy with how this worked. So this is my gorgeous niece, as I'm sure you are all well aware by now. And I love this photo. It's one of my favorites. Actually, just after I filmed this video, my sister messaged me and asked what I was doing. And I told her I was scrapbooking. And she said, that's boring. Cuddles would be much more fun. And I totally agreed, and we went over and we had some cuddles. So that's my gorgeous little girl. So I wanted to add some pink. Now, the colours that have been surrounding this baby since she was born, since her mama did her nursery, has been pink and grey. I love the way the pink and the grey work together, and this collection was perfect for it. So I've been having a lot of fun with the pink and the grey. Why is it every time you go to do a voiceover, the planes all show up? Now, I'm sure they're always there, but they're more noticeable when we try and do a voiceover. So as I was saying, yes, I wanted pops of pink, but because I watered it down, it did make it very translucent, so you can still see the grey through it. So it's not very opaque and bold. So, yeah. What am I saying? Back to my dream. So what I wanted to do is what I should have done is I should have put gesso over the title first, because it would have taken a lot less pink paint to colour it. But of course I didn't. I just went straight with the pink. And so in the end it took me a fair few coats to get the tone of pink that I wanted for my title. But I cut all that out. You saw me do it once. You don't need to see me paint over it 5 times. You know how to paint a chipboard title. So now I'm just working on my layers. Now, right now I don't have a lot of pink on here. There's a lot of grey and a lot of those, grey and whitish pattern papers. So I really wanted the pink of that title to really pop off this page. And I'm going to use these little offcuts to sort of help accentuate that little pops of pink. So there is a lot of grey happening, and I'm looking at this page now thinking maybe I should have been a bit more bold with that pink in the background. But, you know, it's done. It's a memory scrapbooked, and it's one of my favourite pictures. But as you can see, that singlet that she's wearing and that gorgeous little bow, I love the bows. I have bought, how many bows have I bought? I've recently bought 7. I bought 4 before she was born. Yeah, that's nothing. Her mama recently showed me a picture where she'd bought 9 bows in one order. So needless to say, this little girl has a massive collection of bows, but she just looks so cute in them. Now, total tangent because we were talking about colours, but as you can see, there's not a lot of colour in the background. It's very monotone, just the grey and those little pops of pink, because I think that photo really stands off from that grey background because of the colours, the deep colours in this picture of her gorgeous face and her pink singlet. It just pops off that grey background much more, I think. And I think it's going to help with that flowy pink dream that we're going to use for a title. Can you hear those birds? We've got everybody making noise today, so we can't get this voiceover finished. So now I'm fussy cutting some butterflies. I have done so much fussy cutting out of this kit, it's not funny. I love the butterflies. And in my last video, I explained why I love butterflies so much and how I think they're perfect for pictures of this little princess. And, well, butterflies are just pretty anyway. But I also love the watercolor pattern in these butterflies. And as you can see, they've got more of that peach and pink and that little yellow and orange pop about it. So it's giving me more colour on my very grey background. So more pops of colour, which I just absolutely love. So you will notice that I'm using the cut apart sheet for a lot of these elements. That's what I love about the cut apart sheet. They're great for Project Life, but they also have a lot of elements that you can fussy cut and use as embellishments as well. And same with the paper pad. I love that the paper pad is identical to the bigger papers, just smaller. So I'm going to get smaller butterflies for my layout as well. So I cut out some of these black and white ones and I really have a lot of fun. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to add more to this background. I felt it was just too bland. What I really wanted was a bigger heart, like a squiggly heart thing, but I didn't have one. So I used one of the past kit roller stamps that we got. This one has a whole bunch of patterns. I love it for my art journal. But it's sitting on my desk and I didn't want to use black because there's no black on this layout. So I wanted to go with more grey, but obviously I wanted a deeper grey than the paint, so you'd notice it. So I get one of my Faber-Castell Pitt pens, my artist's big brush markers, ink up my stamp with that texture and go to town. And as you can see, it works perfectly. And I'm also using a texture stamp. I just wanted to add a little bit of texture to this background. So I'm happy with that background now, and I'm going to go back to my butterflies. I know I jump around a lot, don't I? Even I'm watching this video thinking, wow. So yes, hence why the photo hasn't been glued down yet. So these are the butterflies I fussy cut, and see what I mean by the 6x6 paper pad having smaller versions of the same elements. That's what I love. So I've been able to get a varying size and colour of these butterflies. So yeah, just from the 6x6 paper pad and the cut apart sheet. So yeah, always look at your supplies and think of how else you can use them. Project Life cards, cut apart sheets, I literally cut them up and use them as embellishments because, you know, there's so many of them. And when are you ever going to use all the Project Life cards that I know you have in your stash? So anyway, another tangent. Here we go. I'm going to work on my cluster now. Now I didn't want to just go with these butterflies. I wanted to put something else there. It needed more colour. And I'd used all the flowers and all my other layouts. So I'm like, what am I going to do? So guess what I do? More fussy cutting. So yes, I go back to the cut apart sheet and I remembered I saw this really pretty floral on the side of one of those cards. So I cut it out and use it as a die cut. Now, that is just another example of how I cut up my Project Life cards for elements on my layouts. I have, especially if you have core kits, as well as getting, you know, kit boxes and things like that. There are so many Project Life cards in a core kit, and you get so many multiples of each. Really think outside the box with how you can use them. So in this case, as you can see, you couldn't even tell that that was from a Project Life card, or from a 3x4 card. So I'm not going to say Project Life card because it was on a part of a cut apart sheet. But it was designed as a 3x4 Project Life card, or a 3x4 card at least, on that cut apart sheet. But you wouldn't know it. All I did was fussy cut it out, and I've adhered it to my page, and it makes a fantastic little floral cluster. And it's just perfect for this little butterfly to sit on. So now I'm just going to adhere the rest of my butterflies down. Think about adding to that cluster. I don't add that flower, don't worry. And yeah, just using double-sided tape because I don't like glue, I don't trust it, and I'm too impatient to wait for it to dry. So I'm just using double-sided tape to attach on my butterflies. Now, it may look like I've gone butterfly overboard, but yeah, okay, so maybe I did, but how cute are they? So I think I used just about every butterfly I cut out. See, adding a butterfly to this cluster, aren't they adorable? I love butterflies, I really do. And then adding some of the enamel dots. The colours are just so perfect. And I'm just adding them into my little clusters, under my butterflies, under my layers. I love to use the enamel dots and tuck them under things, so they look like little sparkly bits just, you know, peeking out from here and there. So this is my title. It's going to be Dream Come True, because she really, really is. She is the first girl born out of 5 grandchildren on my mum's side. 4 boys, and then this little princess came along, so she really is a dream come true. So this dream was perfect for that. So once I got the pink colour that I liked, I used my Kazar Alphas to literally just spell come true, and that's going to be it for my title. So that's pretty much my layout done. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you haven't gotten bored with all the baby spam, because this kit was just too perfect not to scrap all these pictures of this gorgeous little girl. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back real soon with new videos. Bye for now.